Lynn had never liked her grandmother's old house. Every summer, her parents would leave her there for a few weeks while they traveled for work. The house was nestled deep in the countryside, surrounded by tall, swaying bamboo, and every night the wind made the bamboo groan like something alive. Lynn always felt watched, as if the shadows along the hallways were waiting for her to let down her guard. One afternoon, while searching for her lost phone under the bed in the guest room, Lynn's hand brushed something cold and hard. She pulled out a faded wooden box, its surface covered in strange, swirling patterns. Curious, she opened it. Inside was an old porcelain doll with cracked cheeks, wearing a red silk dress and a necklace of tiny jade beads. Its eyes were glassy and black, seeming to reflect things Lynn couldn't see. That night, a thunderstorm swept through the valley. Lynn lay awake, listening to the wind and the distant rumble of thunder, the doll sitting on her nightstand. Around midnight, she heard faint footsteps outside her door. The house was dark, her grandmother asleep in the far room, but the footsteps were slow, steady, too heavy for a child, too soft for an adult. They stopped right at her door. Lynn held her breath. The doorknob turned with a slow, creaking sound. The door opened just a crack, and Lynn saw a sliver of darkness. Then a whisper, a dry, crackling voice she'd never heard before. "Come play with me." Paralyzed, Lynn couldn't move. The whisper came again, closer now. "Come play with me forever." Something cold brushed her bare foot. She jerked up and switched on her phone's flashlight, heart pounding. The room was empty except for the doll, which now sat upright, its face turned toward her, the cracked mouth twisted into a broken smile. Lynn threw the doll back into the box, shoved it under the bed, and hid beneath her blanket, shaking. The rest of the night was restless, filled with feverish dreams of running through endless bamboo, the doll always just behind her, whispering in its gravelly voice. In the morning, Lynn told her grandmother what happened. Her grandmother grew pale, then quietly confessed that the doll had belonged to her own younger sister, who had disappeared many years ago. After her sister vanished, the doll sometimes appeared in strange places around the house, and everyone soon learned not to touch it or speak to it at night. That summer, Lynn insisted on sleeping with the lights on and never let the box out of her sight. When her parents finally returned, she begged them not to leave her there again. As they drove away, Lynn glanced back at the old house. In the window of the guest room, she saw the doll standing upright, one tiny hand raised in a silent farewell, its cracked smile wider than ever.